Hey, I got a question for you. What do you think is the #1 selling hard bait in the world today? #1, all over the world. It's the Shad Rap. A lot of people probably did guess that. You know, the Shad Rap came on the scenes in 1982, and what I bet you didn't know, and I was around back then, by the way, that bait caught on like wildfire. They couldn't deliver it. Now listen, you know what the retail stores did? They didn't have big box stores like we got now. They had independent retailers. They were renting the Shad Rap out with a $25 down payment on it. I'm not kidding you. They were renting the bait and people standing in line. They were catching so many fish on it. That's an amazing story. Why does a bait last that long all over the world, catch so many different kinds of fish? It's simple. It works. It works. It's got all of the makings of what a predator likes in a bait. We're going to talk a little bit about that. Things like forage and shape and size and action and colors, all of the goodies you got to have. The Shad Rap's got them all. You know, this is a balsa bait, and balsa gives action to baits that you just can't do with molded hard bait plastics. It can't happen. Balsa is the key, one of the keys to success on this particular bait. By the way, guess how many Shad Rap colors there are? Colors. There's about 50-ish, give or take a little bit. 50 different colors, and a bait comes in 6 sizes. There's something for everybody on every body of water for any kind of fish that swims. Now, I'm mainly fishing walleyes today, and I'm casting now, but you control them. A lot of people flatline troll the Shad Rap, the 5, 6, and 7. Just flatline trolling with walleyes, which they do a lot, spread over massive shallow flats. Water's real clear, they'll set them up on boards. You could even use lead core if you got to get deeper with the Shad Rap. It's that universal of a bait. You can take with lead core, you can take a little Shad Rap and fish it down in 35, 40 feet of water, you know, just scraping bottom with it. Incredibly versatile bait. And again, that's one of the reasons for the success on a bait. So many ways to fish it, so many colors, so many different situations. Not a lot of baits have that kind of versatility. They really don't. Most hard baits, many hard baits, are slotted into a particular a time of the year or a particular a type of cover. Not the case with this baby. You know, it works all year in open water, from super cold water, you know, to super warm water, where you kick up speed. You know, presentation, get the longest cast you can. I like open face spinning. It's a light bait. This is a #7, you know, so I can get long distances with it. You crank it down. A lot of times, if it gets real cold and you're night fishing, it's a steady retrieve. Don't get tricky with the bait. Steady retrieve, and then, or you could pull, pause, fish the bait with the rod, pull, pause, and when the water warms up, it's a whole different deal. Here's what I like to do a lot. When the water warms up, I like to fish the bait really erratic, almost like a jerk bait. You know, I'll go like this, 1, 2, 3, 4, pause, 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 or just burn it. Just burn it, man. You get a long cast out there and just steady but fast. Not like in cold water where you're pumping and pulling and letting it pause. You know, the warmer it gets, the more aggressive you fish it. And I do like those directional changes. All fish like directional changes. That's why the jerk, rip, pause, but the bait is dancing underwater. You got a fish following it, a walleye, a smallmouth, a largemouth, whatever the case might be, the trout. You know, that darting action with the jerking action triggers them. Sometimes they'll hit you. They're on it so that they get mesmerized by it, and they bite right here when you see a directional change coming up. Bam! They hit it. They've been following it for 30 feet. That gets your heart pumping. When I'm casting, I use braided line. This is 131 Suffolks. I've got about 8 feet of fluorocarbon, in this case 8-pound test on it. I like spinning rods a lot. It's a light bait when you're casting. You want to get some distance. with it. And I'm throwing a 7-foot St. Croix rod, and I got a Daiwa size 3000 reel on it. Covers any situation I have to be involved in for any kind of fish. The size 3000, you want to stick with a size 3000. You got a bigger spool, the line capacity is different, you can get further casts, and you have a lot less problems with it as if you went down to a smaller spool. Stick with a size 3000 spool, you'll be happy you did. You know, the 5 things that you always keep in mind when you're fishing that triggers a fish to bite is depth control, speed, size of the bait, action, and color. And in the last couple years in hard baits, the interest in color has skyrocketed. And reason for it, we're seeing that different colors and shades of colors, these fish are a lot more color conscious, especially, ooh, I got that one. I got a little bit going here. I caught so many pike today, I'm almost piked out. I'm getting scared that it's another pike. But this one is a walleye. I gotta get a net on this baby. Come on, come on, come on. Whoa. Oh. You know, I'd like to know sometime how many walleyes have been caught on a Shad Rap over the years. How many walleyes have bit on this thing? I really don't know any real serious walleye angler that doesn't have a Shad Rap in his boat. You know, it's that deadly of a walleye bait. It's something, you fish walleyes anywhere in the country, lakes, rivers, reservoirs, you gotta have one of these on a rod all the time. Anytime during the open water season, and you're gonna get bit by Mr. Marble Eyes.